What is up, y'all? Welcome back to my channel. I hope you guys are having a wonderful day. This is my review on The Real Housewives of Atlanta, Season 11, Episode 3, a new edition. But if you have not yet, do not forget to subscribe. Do not forget to click the little bell so you can be updated on new videos. And do not forget to follow me on social media. Alright, so we got Portia and Eva, and they are working out. Portia said that she has gained some weight due to being in love. I think it's because she's pregnant already. And Eva is trying to lose her baby weight. So they're there and they basically start talking about Marlo. We all know that Eva does not see it from Marlo. I don't see it from Marlo. Marlo mama don't see it from Marlo. Because Marlo has this kind of superiority complex about herself. She thinks she's better than everybody else. And she always had. But she did. So, Eva is talking about how shady Marlo has been to her, especially in Miami. And, Portia is kind of like surprised about it. I don't know why she's surprised, because everybody know Marlo ain't shit. Basically, she ain't shit. I don't like her. I don't care for Marlo. But then the conversation started going to Cynthia, and again, Eva is starting to shade Cynthia. Talk about how old Cynthia is, and there's no supermodel who has a big behind like Cynthia does, and you can't walk the runway like that. People tend to forget. Alright, we do love Eva and everything like that, but people tend to forget on Top Model, Eva was a bitch, okay? Eva was a mean girl. She was not pleasant, alright? She was a bitch, and I think that has carried over to her 30s. Eva is still somewhat of a bitch, and she is picking on Cynthia, or bringing up Cynthia. But Cynthia has a career in modeling. Okay, you did Top Model. I have never seen you walk a runway. I've never seen you in print ads other than, what, CoverGirl, probably. I've never seen you model anything on Instagram. Like, you are not in Instagram. You can't even compare Instagram to anybody, because, that's where faux models go to model. But Cynthia has a modeling career. You don't. I remember you from Top Model and House of Pain. That's all I remember you from. You are not like out here in these streets modeling up and down the runways, and all the designers are clamoring to have you wear their clothes. So I don't understand why you're shading Cynthia. And yes, Cynthia's 51. Cynthia look fucking good for her age. I don't know why you're trying to shade her because she is 51. She's a vintage model. But she's a model. Okay, on Cynthia's tombstone is going to have model on there. You, Tyler Perry plays. So moving on from Eva, we have Nene and Greg, and they're in Houston. And Greg has done his surgery, so all the cancer is actually left his body. So he's going to Houston to get some CAT scans done, because they heard that there was a good hospital for cancer patients. And they're going to the hospital to get some CAT scans done. And Greg does not want to do chemo. The doctors, he's not sure all the cancer is gone. So this is why he's doing a CAT scan. He does not want to do chemo. He wants to find other alternatives rather than getting all that chemo done. And I find it interesting. And I'm not saying it to be shady. I'm not saying it in that way. But I find it interesting that when Nene talks about Greg's cancer or Greg's suffering and everything like that, she kind of reverts it to her. Like, why am I going through this? I never thought I'll be in Houston at a hospital about cancer. Why is this happening to me? And I'm like, it's happening to Greg. I don't know if I'm the only person that noticed it. I found it a little fucked up. I mean, your husband is going through a serious medical condition, and you're kind of talking about yourself. I don't know if I'm the only person to notice that. But anyways, he does a CAT scan, and Greg just, I will always say Greg looks really sick. And this episode, he did not look as bad, but you can tell that he's not that strong. But the doctor comes in and said that they show no cancer. But because of the cancer cells, there might be some microscopic cancer cells that is throughout his body, and they can't really tell. So they want to go ahead and do the chemotherapy. That way they can kill the cancer cells. Greg does not want to do it because the chemo makes you sick. Like, chemo makes you sicker. I know a lot of people that had cancer and they did chemo, and chemo makes you sick in order to kill those dangerous cells, but it fucks up the other cells as well. So that's why a lot of people don't want to do chemo. But Greg has no other options. He asked about alternative medicine, and the doctor said there's none he can recommend, to be honest. Chemo is his best bet. So Greg is a little depressed about that because he really does not want to do chemo. Alright, so we get Candy. Candy is, I guess, at her candy factory. And Shamari pulls up. Now, I'm going to say this now. I don't think I'm going to like Shamari, to be honest. Based on this episode, Shamari can go the fuck away, in my opinion. Shamari comes up with some lace number. The little outfit looked very hideous to me. I didn't like her outfit. But she comes, and her and Candy are talking. And everybody knows, well, some people may know, Shamari was in the group Black. And they had like 1 or 2 hits, cute little hits, but it wasn't nothing to write home about. But it was odd, the conversation between Shamari and Candy, because it was like Shamari was running down her resume to Candy, even though we know she was running it down for us. But it was like, okay, my husband is in BBD, but she's saying this to Candy, and you wrote our song, whatever the song, I forgot what the fucking song was, but I guess their first hit. And yes, you follow my twins on Instagram, but you don't follow me. And you know, and then Candy was like, BBD played at my wedding. I'm like, why couldn't she just do this in the confessional? It was a weird conversation between them. But Shamari and her group member, I forgot the child's name, but they are going to be performing at ATL Live. So she wanted Candy to come because Candy is her friend, and Candy wrote one of their hit songs. So she wanted Candy to come. So it was just weird. It was weird. All right, so we got Shamari. This is her first, alone time, I guess, with the cameras and everything. So we're at her house, and you see her 2 beautiful twins, look just like their damn daddy. And then you see Ronnie. Ronnie was always my favorite, one of my favorite New Edition cast members. Well, not cast members, but group members. But yeah, you see Ronnie, and they're at home trying to get the twins ready and everything like that. So apparently they started a duo group, and she's comparing herself to Beyonce and Jay-Z. Bitch, no, not at all. To me, it seemed like Shamari was doing way too much for the cameras. I don't know if she was too hype for the cameras, or this is how she is normally, but it was a turn off for me. I wasn't really interested in it. And I noticed in the car, they were driving to the studio, and in the car, she is staring at the camera. And I'm like, has she not been on TV? Like, why is she was staring at the camera. It was weird. So they get to the studio, and apparently they have some new song they're working on. And Shamari gets into the booth and starts singing. She didn't sound that good to me. Ronnie gets into the booth. I don't know if this was rapping or singing, but I can see why Ronnie was considered a backup dancer for New Edition, because Ronnie cannot sing. If this is what you do, this ain't it. Ronnie cannot sing. I was like, they shouldn't have done this. They should not have done this. So he's in the booth talking about her breasts and her ass, and she's shaking her titties, and I was like, what the fuck is this? It was like they were doing too much for the fucking camera. It was a turn off. I was like, what the fuck? Listen, y'all, I was so turned off by this. I was like, I do not need to see my Ronnie in this light. And after this season, he ain't gonna be my Ronnie no more. I'm just turned off by these 2 people. And Shamari's telling us that her and Ronnie met at a Janet Jackson Icon Award show. And the next day, they hooked up and had sex. And they've been together 17 years. Okay. But she's a new cast member. I'm not really feeling her. Alright, so we have a scene where Cynthia goes over to Nene's house. To check out Nene and Greg and see how they're doing. And, talked about their trip in Houston. And they, Nene said she was contacted by Toni Braxton in regards to a herbalist or something like that, and she bought a plant for Greg, and it's supposed to help with the cancer and everything like that. So he's trying to find natural ways to heal himself rather than doing the chemo. And I think doing these natural ways is the best bet. And if it doesn't work, last option, last step is the chemo. Especially he does not have, he is rid of cancer, quote unquote. He is rid of cancer. So try the alternatives first. And then if it doesn't help or it doesn't work, go ahead and do the chemo if that is your last resort. Alright, so we got Candy at home and she is calling the ladies to invite them to Shamari's concert at ATL Live. She called Eva. Eva said sure. She called Portia, and Portia was all smiles. And apparently these two made up. They are now friends on Instagram. And I remember when Candy started following her back on Instagram. So apparently Portia was at her man's house. And Candy was just in the confessional, just shading the person, shading Dennis. And, you know, I don't know why Candy is inserting herself in this, especially when her and Portia just kind of got back cool. But I cannot imagine that they're friends today. I just can't. After these 3 episodes, I just can't. Alright, so we get all the ladies together. They're at ATL Live. Shamari's there with her group member. I don't remember. Brittany or... I don't remember her name. But Shamari's there. First of all, I don't know whose mama got off their 3rd shift at the hospital and came home and sold them little outfits. But them things was talent show ready. Alright, them things was old school. Her hair was old school. I ain't seen nobody do a weave like that in forever. Probably like 7 years, 8 years ago. I ain't seen a weave done like that. Her makeup was horrible. Shamari is not... As far as the housewives, you know, you dress to impress somewhat. She is not there. She still looks like the Decatur girl. She looks like a Decatur girl. She has not, she looks, no. But they're preparing to go on stage. Just then the ladies are coming in. You got Candy, Portia, Eva, Cynthia. Nene even shows up. She's trying to get out the house and do stuff. You know, she's been by Greg's side. She just wants a night out, you know, to enjoy herself. So, they perform. The performance was very subpar. It looked like they practiced in the garage. It just didn't look good. And Shamari was talking about, oh, Black, you know, was founded by Lisa Left Eye Lopez, because Lisa, she discovered them and she was, I guess, their mentor and everything like that. They were basically a knockoff of TLC. That's what they were. And she's talking about they were world-renowned. Black was not no world-renowned. Okay, Black had 2 cute hits, probably 1, give or take. Black was not those girls. I did not care for Black. I didn't really care for them. They were like Allure. They were like 702. Black was not those high-caliber celebrities or high-caliber groups. They weren't. Black was a cute little group. You saw them on BET, on Video Soul, something like that, and that was it. Or Video Soul, something like, I don't even remember if Video Soul was out when they came out. But Black was not them girls like Destiny's Child was back in the day. They were not them. Black was a C+ group, maybe B-. They weren't top caliber. So for her to make it seem like Black was that, just this group and everybody knew Black and they were high celebrities. No, probably in Decatur, but no, they were not world-renowned at all. So don't let that girl fool you. But the performance was basically C-, you know, it was not that good. The ladies standing up dancing, even though they knew that shit was trash. But anyway, so Shamari comes over to, no, before Shamari comes over, Cynthia invites the ladies to her barbecue. She's having a Cynthia barbecue, something she said, Bailey Q, some shit. You know Cynthia. She said some shit about having a barbecue and she wants everybody to bring a dish. So Portia said that she is going to have her man cook because he is a chef. Candy was like, you make hot dogs, how are you a chef? This man has filled Portia's head up with so much shit. But Portia said that her man is a chef and he is going to cook the meals and she is going to bring them because he is a gourmet connoisseur of food. The man make hot dogs. And I'm guessing that he has people making these hot dogs for him. But Shamari comes over and she says hi to Nene. She said hi to everybody. And Nene shaded her in the confessional. I don't know if something transpired later on, but Nene was like, hey. In the confessional, Nene was not singing for Shamari. But so Ronnie comes over. I don't know why. The women are trying to get to know her. Portia and Shamari went to high school together, and one of my friends went to high school with Portia, so I'm assuming he went with Shamari as well. But Ronnie comes over, I guess, to congratulate Shamari, and him and Candy are chopping it up. And Shamari said, apparently they were on tour together with Escape. So Shamari said, give Portia the critique that you have for her. And everybody like, what? Because at the end of the day, all right, why am I saying immature? New Edition is a world-renowned group. They broke up, okay? BBD is not together anymore, but Ronnie, Bobby, Ricky, and Mike, they are a group now. Immature is broken up. Why I keep saying immature? New Edition, I'm sorry. But he's telling them that the show is good, but Escape needs to get stage presence down, and everybody like, what? Escape has been performing for many years now, okay? They are booking out shows. Is Ronnie, Bobby, Ricky, and Mike booking out shows? I don't really know, but Candy was a little offended by it. I was a little offended too, because you coming over to say hi, but you're going to tell me how shitty my show is? Child, please. Ronnie, you can tell Ronnie is going to be messy. Ronnie is probably going to be the Peter of this season. And this is not a good look for you, Ronnie. Alright, so while they were sitting there, Eva, I guess when they were talking about the barbecue, I kind of got off course with this. But when they were talking about the barbecue, Eva was basically saying that she didn't want Marlo to be there, or she don't really fuck with Marlo. And then she said something about Portia's other friend, which was Shamia. And she made a reference about Shamia being black. She's saying black without the Q. Basically talking about her skin complexion, because Shamia is darker. Even Candy got offended by it. So, after the show, I went to Eva's page to see if she mentioned it, because I knew people in the comments were going to roast her ass. So, I went to her page, and this is what she said. Alright, so let me go ahead and read what Eva said. She said that saying she's not black with a Q clearly means that she's not in a singing group. Never in 1,000,000 years was I talking about her skin color and how Candy got that from what I said. I'm still confused. I don't know. I got what Candy got, and according to Eva's comments, people got the same fucking feeling. I don't know. I think it was just a poorly calculated joke. It was not funny, especially in this climate. Colorism, we know colorism is real, and Eva is a light-skinned, light-eyed black woman, and Shamia is dark-skinned black woman. So, you know, it could be construed that way, and I think that's how not only Candy, but a lot of the women sitting around on the table got that same thing. So, just be careful what you're saying, girl, because you coming off as a colorist, probably. Alright, so Candy meets up with Todd at the Old Lady Gang. This is the second location in College Park. So they meet up there. They're trying to get everything together. And Carmen comes in. And she no longer works for Candy. She is an insurance agent. And she is there to make sure all the insurance is done properly for the business. And Carmen looks good. But she has this long ass scar, like she got into a fight or something, like a bar fight. I don't really know. Carmen never had that scar before. I don't know what happened right there, but it's a long ass scar from like right here to here. I don't know what happened. Maybe she was fighting Mama Joyce over some weave. I don't really know. But so Carmen and Candy sit down, and of course Candy started gossiping about Portia, talking about Dennis and Portia's new man, and apparently Carmen already heard about it. And they have a mutual friend that dated Dennis at one point. And apparently Dennis likes to do the same thing with his women. So in the same sequence, because they're doing it back and forth, you have Portia at home with her mama. And her mama, anyways, Portia's at home with her mama, twerking on her mama, titties moist and sweat under her titty brow and all that stuff. Portia is just a ghetto-fied mess. But she's telling her mom about Dennis and how sweet he is. And she showed her picture. She showed a picture to her mom. And apparently Dennis got her name tattooed on his body. Cut to Candy and Carmen. And they're talking about the person that they know that he dated got her name tattooed on his body. Kandi was talking about, you know, he tends to buy his women watches and Rolexes. And then you cut to Portia where she told her mama, oh, he bought me a Rolex. And so Dennis has a pattern. Okay, Dennis does the same thing with all his women. It's a very familiar pattern. I've been down that road, girl. That motherfucker's a scammer. Okay. Alright, so when Carmen and Candy's talking, somebody comes into Old Lady Gang and it is their friend Jamie. Jamie is, she used to be Portia's friend. Jamie is the girl that, you remember a couple seasons ago, I think it was the last episode of the season, it was like it was Christmas. It was a Christmas and they were dressed in, she was dressed in, as a candy lady or a Christmas elf or something. And Portia got into a fight with her assistant and apparently ran down the street and jumped the girl. Jamie, this is Jamie. So Jamie comes in. She is still friends with Candy and she's still working with Candy with the Old Lady Gang stuff. And Jamie comes in and they start, you know, mentioning the Portia stuff. I cannot see, like I said earlier, I cannot see how Portia and Kenny are still friends after this episode because Kenny is being really messy. But do I blame her? Fuck no. All the shit Portia did, I don't blame shit. Okay? So they started talking about Dennis. And Jamie said that she knows Dennis because her friend used to date Dennis. Apparently when she was in Africa, when they were in Africa, the friend was in Africa with them. She was dating Dennis, and the Dennis contacted the friend and told her that they are no longer together. He is with Portia. Now, Dennis and this girl have been together for 3 years. 3 fucking years. So she said that he got the girl's name tattooed on his body. Apparently, this is what Dennis does. When he meets somebody, he gets so involved. He does these things. He does the exact same things. He tattooed the girl names on his body. She probably got a watch. And at the same time, you see Portia talking about, oh, her man cooks for her and he has chefs and stuff come in and cook for her. Well, Jamie said that what he does is have his other women cook and bring him the food and then he give it to the woman that he's dating. So he has done the same thing with her friend. Okay? Listen to me, Portia. This man is scamming you. Okay? He is scamming you. The fact that you got pregnant, first of all, I think that you tried to trap him and that's why you got pregnant so quick. That is my summation of it. Allegedly, I'm going to just say allegedly because I don't know, but in my heart of hearts, I feel like that's what you did. You trapped him because you saw the clubs and you saw the hot dog stand and you saw all this stuff and you thought that he was a great catch, but the man is in turn scamming you, and I think he's doing it because you are quote unquote a celebrity. I don't consider reality TV people celebrities. I really don't. Okay, you're not Beyonce. All right, you're not Jennifer Aniston. You're not a celebrity to me. You are a reality show person. So I think he saw, you know, she's on the Housewives and she has some sort of notoriety in Atlanta. Let me hitch my wagon to her and make sure that I can secure some sort of something. Alright, I think that's what he's trying to do. So I think it was a lot to gain on your end and a lot to gain on his end. I think he is scamming you. But maybe you want to be scammed. I don't really know. But just watch your back. And now you're pregnant, which I think you were already pregnant when this shit started. So you pregnant. Now y'all getting married. Do I think it's going to last? No. Would I like it to last? I don't really care. If it does, great. But I don't think it's going to last. I don't think so because to me, he has very ill intentions. And a lot of shit has come out about this man. So go look, child. I don't really know I don't know. But he is scamming you, sis. And you need to be mindful. But your head is so far up in the clouds that you just, I don't know, you want to be a wife and a mother so bad. But you pick the wrong fucking people to do this with. I don't know what happened in your childhood between your mama and your father. I don't really know. But there's some underlying issues that you got there. But anyways, that was the episode. It was okay. It was an okay episode. Next week they're gonna get together for Cynthia's Bailey Q or whatever the fuck it was. So yeah, it was an okay episode. Shamari, girl, I'm not liking you so much, and you are inflating Black to the masses, the people that don't know you, and Black was not all that, girl. Black was like a cute little group, had 1 or 2 songs, but that was about it. And Ronnie, please do not be an asshole. But I heard that you're going to be messy on this show this season. We don't really like that from men at all. But I guess you're the only one going to bring the mess, because apparently this is not a messy season. This show has gotten a little stale, and I assume that Kenya will be back next season. They're going to have to bring Kenya back, because they're going to have to bring somebody back, because this season so far is very lackluster, and it's not working for me. It really isn't. So that was my recap on Real Housewives of Atlanta. Let me know what you thought about the episode. If it does come on next week, I won't be able to review it. I will be on vacation. Sorry, y'all. if it does come on next week, I don't know if it'll come on because of the holiday. It probably will, but I won't be able to review. I'll be on vacation, so I'll probably pick up from the next episode. But let me know what you thought about the episode. Do not forget to subscribe. Do not forget to click the thumbs up. I'm choking, y'all. I'm choking, and this ain't water. Do not forget to subscribe. Do not forget to click the thumbs up. And I will talk to you guys in my next video. Bye.